Good morning, dear class 9 students. Dear students, let us continue the third chapter, that is Jainism and Buddhism. And through this video, I have explained to you about the organizations, the sanghas, membership, 10 commandments, viharas, sects of Buddhism, and so on. So let us begin then. The Sangha. The organization for teaching of Buddhism came to be known as Sangha. So, the organization which basically teaches the Gautam Buddha's teachings is known as Sangha. It was a monastic order, and this particular Sangha was actually a monastic order. That means in this Sangha or in this organization, the monks are given so many trainings about the religion, and also they are trained in such a way so that they may be able to talk about the teaching of Gautam Buddha to the people, and they also are trained to how to spread this religion in many parts of the world. So in this way we can see Sangha became one of the powerful institution or organization. It helped to spread Buddhism far and wide, and this particular Sangha organization where the monks are the member of it, these all monks were very much honest and you'd call dedicated to spread the Buddhism in many parts of the world. The principle that governed Sangha are the followings. We have first the membership. The members of the monastic order were called Vikshu and Vikshunis. So Vikshus means the monks and the Vikshunis means the nuns, exactly like we have father and sisters in our school. So the monks are actually the fathers who have left their home, families, and they are in the service of whole human being. And also we can see the nuns, that means there we have the sisters in our school, so they also have left their families, all the worldly life, all the comforts, and they have left their homes in the service of God and so on, or in the service of people. So similarly the Vikshus and Vikshunis also, they are the member of these sanghas, and they also have the same purpose, that is to spread Buddhism religion and also to serve the people of the world. They are required to renounce the world before joining the sanghas. So before they join to these all sanghas, they have to renounce, means they have to renounce of the tyag dena. They have to leave their families, leave their all comforts, and join in the sanghas. The minimum age was 15 years during Buddha's time. So this was the minimum year to join in the sanghas. So anyone who wants to become the member of Sangha, at the time he could have joined at the age of 15 years. The membership had to take the oath. Oath means sapat. So what type of oath they used to take? They used to take Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dharma Saranam Gacchami, and Sangam Sarana Gacchami. So after taking this oath, they join the Sangha, or they become the member of it. I take shelter under Buddhism. Buddha, I take shelter under religion. I take shelter under Sangha. So this is the Hindi English meaning of this all lines. Now the followers had to undergo training for 10 years. So those people, or those men and women who joined Sangha, they had to go through with lot of trainings, educational trainings, physical trainings, spiritual trainings, almost for 10 years. Now we have here to number 10 commandments, orders. Commandment means the orders. The members had to lead a disciplined life and follow the 10 commandments, or pramita. First, that means it is meant for the members or the bhikshu or bhikshunis, those who joined these all Buddhist sanghas. They have to follow a certain rules and regulations. Number one, to speak the truth. So these all bhikshus or bhikshunis, they're supposed to always speak truth. So this is the first commandment or the order. Number two, to abide by brahmacharya, and they have to live completely a brahmacharya life without having any comfort or any facility. Number three, not to harm creatures, and they were told or trained to not to harm any animal or creature. Number four, not to own property, and they also are trained to not to have the property. Number five, to shun music and dancing, and they can we'd call reject music and dancing. They cannot do these music and dancing things. Number six, to take meals only at fixed time, and they have to take foods, meals means foods, only at a given time or a fixed time. So they cannot take anything, or they cannot eat anything unnecessarily at any time. So for that also they were given the fixed time, so they have to follow it. Number seven, not to use intoxicants. Not to use intoxicants means liquors. They don't have to drink any liquors, or we'd call the vodka, sharab. Number eight, not to use seconded goods, and they don't have to use any scanted good means the comforts goods or the musical instrument. They don't have to keep any musical instruments, and they don't have to keep any luxurious material. Number nine, not to sleep on a cushions, and cushions means takiya. So the both monks and bhikshus and bhikshunis, they are not allowed to use cushions or takiya while sleeping. They have to sleep straight without using cushions or takiya. Number 10, not to keep money, and the bhikshus and bhikshunis are not allowed to keep any amount of money with them. So viharas, the bhikshus and bhikshunis were required to roam about to different parts of the country for 8 months for the year. So they have to move almost 8 months in each year in the different parts of the country. They had to sleep in viharas, which had separate sections for men and women. So viharas means it is a Saranarthi place They are resting place of the people. So viharas also were meant for that only. And then these all bhikshus and bhikshunis, they're supposed to take shelter in these viharas. So special rules were framed for the bhikshunis. This was done to ensure disciplines. In the viharas, the members led a life of chastity, shuddhata, audacity, we call completely living a simple life, life of sadhu, devotion. They have to be very devotee, bhaktimay, and purity. They have to live a shuddha life, shuddha life. So, dear students, in this video we will discuss up to this third point, and then in the next video we will move to another point, that is sects of Buddhism. Sects of Buddhism. So in Buddhism also there were two different groups like Hinayana and Mahayana. So during the deliberation of fourth Buddhist Council, during the meeting of fourth Buddhist Council in the reign of Kanishka, Buddhism split or divided into two sects, two groups, that is Hinayana and Mahayana. Hinayana stood for following the doctrine of Buddha in letter and spirit. It denied the existence of God. So Hinayana group did not believe in the existence of God. Hinayana holds that the Eightfold Path is the only means of salvation. And Hinayana group said that to follow the Eightfold Path can only reach to you, or you can achieve the salvation. That's what they said. It sons idol worship. It rejected. Sons means reject. It rejected idol worship and does not believe that Buddha was God. And Hinayana group doesn't believe that Buddha was God. So Buddha was regarded as a human being who attained enlightenment and nirvana through his own efforts. So they said that Buddha was a simple human being, and through his, would call the meditation, and then through his meditation he attained what is called the enlightenment or the knowledge. Pali was used by the followers of Hinayana as a language of its scriptures. So the Hinayana group wrote the scriptures or the documents in the language of Pali. So Pali language is used for writing documents, doctrines, as well as the literatures or scriptures. The Hinayana sect is found in India, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos. So these are the certain countries where Hinayana group is found. Now Mahayana. The term Mahayana means greater vehicles of salvation. It is a combination of Buddhism and Hinduism. Mahayana believes that Buddha was an incarnation of God. So Mahayana believes that Buddha was a god, whereas Hinayana doesn't believe that Buddha was a god, or doesn't regards Buddha as a god. And he was the one who could ensure salvation. And Mahayana said that he is the only person who can lead their life towards salvation. Simultaneously, the concept of Buddhista was also developed according to Mahayana, and Buddhista were also those holy Buddhists who had not yet got nirvana like Buddha, but who are proceeding rapidly towards it. In fact, they were Buddha in the making. They made their goal to attain Swarga, a state of bliss, rather than attaining nirvana. The worship of image of Buddha and Buddhist thoughts became an important component of Mahayana. So Mahayana started worshipping the image of Gautam Buddha, since they considered him as the incarnation of God. Incarnation means the avatar in Hindi, we could say. So that's why they make image of Gautam Buddha and they worship him. Buddhist scholars like Nagarjuna and Sangha founded the Mahayana sect. So these are the founder of Mahayana sect group. They wrote their scripts in Sanskrit. So Mahayana wrote the literatures, scriptures in the Sanskrit language. Kanishka was a follower of Mahayana. So the king Kanishka was the follower of Mahayana. The followers of these sects are found in western part of India, Southeast Asian countries, China and Japan. So Mahayana group is basically found in these certain countries. Now, impact of Buddhism. Buddhism made a lasting contribution to Indian culture, religion, art, and social life in the following respect. So Buddhism also had contributed a lot to develop Indian culture, religion, art, and social life. When he was alive in this country, in this world, first, ahimsa. The doctrine of ahimsa became a weapon against the ills in the society. So ahimsa was one of the weapon became to fight for the truth. After the rise of Buddhism, animal protection became a new culture. That means Buddhism religion taught to the people to protect the animals instead of killing them for sacrifice. Mahatma Gandhi later used ahimsa in the form of non-violent struggle against the British rule. So by taking the example from Gautam Buddha, Mahatma Gandhi also used the same method, and that is non-violent, and that he used during the national movement. Now we have number 2, influence on religion life. Buddhism provided a challenges to Hinduism. They soon started a reform movement within Hinduism. The costly yajnas and the sacrifices and rigidity of caste system were done away with. So the Buddhism became a challenge to Hinduism, and because of Buddhism, now Hinduism also started doing some changes in the religion system. Like now Hinduism did not demand for costly yajnas, and neither he demanded for the sacrifices, and so on. Number 3, influence on social life. Buddhism fostered intellectual tradition and exposed the weaknesses in our society. So Buddhism fostered, encouraged intellectual traditions and exposed the weaknesses in our society. The weaker sections of the society who had been subjected to many aristocracies means the high class people, got an opportunity to have their say to matter of political and social life. So the weaker section people in this religion were supported by the religious leaders such as monks and so on to express their own feelings, their opinions regarding the political matters and the social matters in front of the people. So that opportunity this religion gave to the weaker groups of the society. Now number 4, the political impact. The Republic of Sakya, Vijis and Malas embraced Buddhism. Asoka and Kanishka made Buddhism their state religion. Culture impact. Buddhism spread far and wide in Southeast Asia, China and Sri Lanka. It had a far-reaching cultural impact in raising the prestige of India. There emerged close culture contact between these countries and India. Buddhism acted as a vital force between different cultures. So, dear students, we will discuss up to this point today, and in the next video class, we will start fourth number, that is language and literature. Thank you.